Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. So, my hunting season has come to an end. It is officially over, even though there are 10 days left in the season, counting today. Today's February 1st. But I had my last sit yesterday. I went hunting over in Vina, which is in Franklin County, Alabama. And ended up, had a good hunt. I was there all day. Went with my dad. We made it in the woods about 5:30 yesterday morning. We sat in a couple different spots. I didn't see anything yesterday morning. I can't remember. I think he might have saw a doe or two, something like that, yesterday morning. And then we left, went, got something to eat for lunch, came back. And my uncle at the property that we were hunting, he's got some cell cameras put out. And the spot that my dad was hunting, about 30 minutes after we left, about 30 minutes after he left to come pick me up, my uncle got a picture of an 8-point come through. It was midday. It was about noon, so they were up moving around, around that time frame yesterday. But my dad wouldn't have shot it anyway. He's a horn hunter. He's wanting something bigger than he's got on his wall, so which is tough to find because he got some massive stuff on his wall. But so hunted yesterday afternoon in a different spot. I ended up seeing 6 or 7 deer, but it was right there at dark. Had 4 does in a spot come out, and then a couple of big bodied deer, possibly bucks, couldn't really tell, but it was just too dark to even see anything at that point. So my season ended, and it went out on what I consider a high note. Got to see some deer, had a good hunt with my dad, so it was fun. But had a good season in general. Killed an 8-point, killed a doe. But now that is done, oftentimes, right, you kind of look. It's funny because whenever I do a video and you get the actual reloading bench in the setup, it always cracks me up, especially the people that comment about the cleaning up the primers. I love that. Those are the best comments, which is why I never do it, because it's just funny to me. But the reloading setup is in a little bit of disarray, so we're gonna kind of dive into that and do just a little cleaning. A lot of this stuff, most of the time during hunting season, it goes by the wayside. Good luck. Typically, if I've got some free time, I do reload during hunting season. But if I've got some free time where I'm hunting, everything else, no, not gonna mess with it, not gonna touch it. So. But yeah, so let's see here. I was just working on putting my die sets back together, trying to track down all the stuff for these random Lee sets that I have just laying around. So I got to get them situated and stacked up here. Try to get this stuff a little more organized. 250 Savage. I wish I could find something in 250 Savage. That's a fun little round to load for. What else do we have here? 375 Ruger. What else? What is this guy? That's bad when you got stuff. Oh, that's my 243 Winchester set. Okay, that's got to go back to Robert. Actually, that's his over at Midway Pistol and Ammo. He let me borrow it, so I actually got to get that back to him. Which, speaking of that, I need to get these guys out of here. So if you haven't watched, if you didn't go watch the 6mm ARC video that I posted a few days ago, you may want to go do that. We are going to go down the path of that cartridge, but we're going to go down the path in a bolt gun. For me, in a gas gun, I've heard people talk about the ARC not making a whole lot of sense in a bolt action application. Well, for me, I would rather have the 6.5 Grendel in an AR-15 platform. I don't really care to have a 6 ARC in a gas gun. I would rather have a 6.5 Grendel. You're punching, some pretty heavy when it comes to weight range on the bullets that you can shoot. And I know your velocities are going to be low, but how far are you? What is the practical application of that gas gun, right? And I know people are talking about, well, with the 6 arc, you can load heavy bullets and shoot distance, you know, engage targets at distance. Well, you can, but then it kind of gets to that point. Well, if you're engaging targets at distance, well, then why wouldn't you have a bolt gun that could actually perform the job much better? So then you start to get into that whole, you know, philosophy of use thing and all that. I mean, I get it. It's a DoD deal, right? That's where the ARC originated from. That's where it came from. What is that? It's RCBS. Yeah, we don't need that. So again, it just all depends on your application and what you're trying to do and all that. And so for us, I think a bolt gun is going to be great in the 6 arc. I think it'll get the job done for what we need. Looking at the load data, I think and that's the thing. I think in the video, you know, the title is, it's a little bit of clickbait, I guess, if you want to say so. But I mean, really, in my opinion, I think nowadays, if you're talking about right now, if someone were to ask me, okay, what's a 6mm rifle that, you know, cartridge that I could buy and let my kid hunt with it, or maybe I don't like recoil, so I want to hunt with it, you know, whatever, right? And okay, well, what are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to go hunt with it. Okay, cool. Well, you know, shooting steel is getting more and more popular nowadays, right? The range that I go to, they've got steel set up that you can just shoot. Well, it'd be fun to go out and shoot a little steel from time to time. Okay, so you want to do both. Yeah, okay, well then just go get a 6 arc and be done with it. You know, it's a SAMI-approved cartridge, right? You can go do the same thing with a 243 Winchester. You can do the same thing with a 6mm Remington. Don't really care. But I think as we go along, 243 Winchester will always be popular. It will always be produced. It will always be manufactured. But is it the choice that would make the most sense, right? That's really, at the end of the day, kind of where I make my decision. Is it something that makes the most sense moving forward, right? Is going and buying a 243 Winchester something that makes the most sense moving forward? A 6mm Remington, which there aren't as many factory rifles, you know, produced in that chambering. Okay, well then what's the point in purchasing that, right? I know people want to talk about the performance and how it's superior. That's great, but I'm talking about look, my channel is like Average Joe. Okay, that's the way this channel is set up. I don't, you know, this is the nicest piece of reloading gear that I own, and I bought it used off a guy. So, you know, that at the end of the day, that's kind of where this channel, that's really my frame of reference, I guess we'll say, is from that standpoint of, you know, yeah, I could go find a 6mm Remington and talk about how awesome it is and the performance of the cartridge. Is your average Joe going to go down to Cabela's and say, hey, give me your 6mm Remington? Okay, well, here you go, and now good luck finding factory ammo. You know, you might could find some here and there, but so it's, you know, I hear you on the performance side of the house if you're a hand loader and that's what you want to do, and you've got one from way back when or whatever, or you want to rebarrel a rifle for that particular application, that's cool too. That cartridge, that's cool. But I think in just terms of moving forward, you know, just your average run-of-the-mill guy that's going to ask for a recommendation, if they don't want to go the route of a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is my standard recommendation for hunting, then 6 arc is probably going to be my next recommendation. So I think that's how we're gonna kind of look at things and operate. Some 357 mag brass, we might need some of that. That's a joke because I'm not giving it away. I'm keeping that stuff. I've got to, oh yeah, y'all will be proud of me. Look at this. We're gonna actually clean some brass. Something I haven't done in a long time. I don't typically clean brass, so there's an empty dye box. I got all kind of stuff just laying around. That's part of the problem when you just start to accumulate stuff. All right, now I gotta find the set for the grass. 350 Legend. What is that? Oh, that's 357 mag, 38 special. All right, that's a number 4 shell holder, so I don't think I have a 223 die set, but I could be wrong. Maybe I do. Oh, there we go, 350 Legend. So that one goes there. 270 Winchester die box. You know, this thing used to be, this setup used to be organized. And then y'all let me get unorganized. 308 Win. Didn't know all that was back there. Who knows? Let's get some of this stuff out of here. Oh yeah, this thing is really handy, by the way. Really helps when you're mounting scopes. So it's just an empty box at the moment. Need to chunk that. Oh. Bunch of little individual cartridge manuals. I need to figure out what to do with those. Man, yeah, this place is a mess. So yeah, so that's really, you know, kind of where I was going, the whole purpose of that video. And the point, I guess, of that video, this is probably for the, I bet that's for the 6.5 window. You know, at the end of the day, it's just with the, as we move forward, right, then I think 243 Winchester will always be around. It'll always be a popular hunting cartridge. But as we continue to march forward, that dual purpose, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better phrase, type of setup where a guy can go and he can hunt with it, and then he can also run to the range and shoot some steel, because that is becoming more and more popular just for the average Joe. So something that can do both, that can accomplish both of those things. Not saying that the 6mm Remington or the 243 can't do any of that. They definitely can. It's just, I think you're going to see that transition to where, you know, if you do have somebody walking in to purchase a hunting rifle or something, it's like, okay, well, why wouldn't I want to go ahead and get something that can kind of do it all, do everything I need? What was this? Oh, just a decap and die. That's that guy right there. Okay. So I think you'll see stuff like the 6-ARC kind of gain in popularity. You know, there's such a wide variety, because the 243 Winchester has just been so unbelievably popular. 6mm bullets, I mean, this is nothing. Like this right here, y'all just wait till that order from Duck Creek comes in. It's supposed to be getting here today, I believe. So yeah, this is just what I have on hand right now. And then when that stuff shows up, well, I got to find a new place to put it all, because it's a bunch of stuff. So, but there's such a huge variety of hunting bullets, target bullets nowadays, you know, with all the stuff going on, all types of target applications, target bullet from Burger. You know, you got the 6 GT, which is super popular as far as like your PRS guys, and you got the 6 Creed, and you got the 6 Dasher, and you got all this stuff, right? You got so many 6mm options, it's not even funny. Okay. So yeah, so I just think it's, you know, I think as we move forward, the ARC will gain in popularity. It might take it a little while. I mean, the timing of being released, you know, pandemic and all that kind of hurt it, but I think in general, moving forward, it'll definitely gain in popularity. Not saying it'll ever, oh, there's some cleaning patches for shotgun. Okay, need that too. Not saying that it will ever unseat the 243 Winchester in terms of just overall popularity. This box is garbage because the little hinge is already broken on it, so might as well chunk that somewhere. But it's definitely something that will gain in popularity. I think it's going to be a great overall cartridge. I need to figure out something to do with these boxes. Anyone want some sweet tea? That's been sitting there for God knows how long. It can just collect there until we figure out what to do with it. So But yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Now that we're on the backside of hunting season, I've still got projects that are stacked up. I still got the 6.5 PRC, the 6.5 Creedmoor from my buddy Brett. Got to get both of those out. Richard, my buddy Richard's hit me up about 30-06, a separate 30-06 rifle that he owns that he's wanting a load worked up for. So we'll get back into that. And then my dad's 280 Remington. So I've got 4 projects that are not mine right there to start off with. Plus I'm talking about adding in this 6 ARC stuff. Hopefully we can accommodate that pretty soon. And then, which I think that'll be fun because my plan is to get 6.5 Grendel brass and just walk through the process of forming it down to 6 ARC and going about it that way, because everything in general stuff is somewhat limited. You're starting to see a whole lot more reloading stuff come back in stock. I think I checked Midway USA today. They had 33 different powders in stock this morning as of February 1st. They had, 33 different powders in stock. And then they had, for reloading component wise, the bullet selection. Generally what I do on Midway, I'll go in and I'll just filter by what's available. And I check the overall total quantity of all reloading bullets that are available. And way back, during the pandemic, you was talking about low quantities. You're talking less than 200 bullets total that would be available at any one time, and now, as of this morning, I looked, it was like 524, right? Total different bullets that were available on Midway's website, which is across multiple diameters and all that. But still, you can kind of see things are coming back in stock. Reloading equipment that was once almost impossible to find, now stuff just sitting on the shelves, right? Now is the time where if you were waiting and trying to wait through the panic buying process to get into reloading, now is the time you should start to put a game plan together on, okay, I want to get into reloading. Prices are kind of coming back down in certain spots. Things are normalizing again. Primer's still going to be difficult to find. But powder is becoming more and more available. It's sitting on the shelves longer and longer in store and online. So it might not necessarily be the top choice powder that you may want, but that's what makes reloading fun, is you can mess around, tweak, and find other stuff that works just as good, so, or close to it. So so you got all that going on. And so yeah, it's just, I think when we start to move past this log jam of supply and demand pressure and all that, and we can kind of get on the other side of it, components are going to become more readily available. Factory ammunition will be produced, it'll be more readily available. So I think your 6 ARC crowd, I think that popularity, I think it's going to trend upward. 243 Winchester will probably, I don't want to say always, you never want to kind of use those terms, but I think 243 Winchester, you will probably be able to purchase a wider variety of hunting ammunition. It'll probably always be that way, even though I don't really want to say always. It'll probably always be that way over the 6mm ARC, right? Just with the kind of genesis of the ARC and how it was designed and all that, I think it's going to lend itself more towards the target crowd, or people that will probably gravitate towards it, more of your tactical G.I. Joe guys that just post still shots of them on Instagram with all their tactical gear and all that stuff, and then they just take it off and head back inside and drink their Starbucks, right? Like those are probably going to be the people that will gravitate towards the 6 ARC from an AR-15 application standpoint. And so, I think a bolt gun for us and the shooting that I do and the hunting that I do, I think it's going to be a great choice. There's so many different bullet options in the 6mm category. Like, we can load down for some varmint loads. We can go with the 6 ARC, and with its fast twist barrel, I think it's 1 7.5. We should be able to load up pretty heavy. And my brother's calling me. All right, I gotta call you back. So I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. That just means that I've been rambling way too long. So not a whole lot of really super awesome information in this video. Just so you know that when the next video that I do, this should look a little bit different. Hopefully we get all this stuff up here cleaned up, all this stuff right here. Primers will stay. Those aren't going anywhere. So y'all just have to deal with that. But that stuff up there needs to go. That stuff needs to go. I'm thinking about putting my reloading manuals down here. Just haven't really decided. Thinking about getting them out of the house, because now at this point I've probably got 10 or 11. So they're taking up quite a bit of space in my closet. But all right, don't forget, guys, coming up, we've got the Wild Beast Feast at Sheepgate Christian Fellowship Church. That's the church I go to over in Paint Rock Valley, Paint Rock, Alabama. And it's we got Wild Beast Feast March 12th. It's going to be a great time. We've got some bluegrass music that'll be going on that day. We're going to do a turkey shoot where we're giving away gift cards. Typically we give away turkey or hams, but this year we decided to give away gift cards. So we're going to be doing all that. We're going to have some really cool mounts that will be on display, you know, for everyone to check out. The food is going to be amazing. It was last year. I'm sure it will be again this year. Mr. Big Guns over in Huntsville, great response from Matt and you know, and his team over there. They were like, hey, we'll do the grand prize again this year. So they donated a $500 gift certificate to be given away. So you could come out. I think we're gonna have tickets ready for purchase pretty soon, but you have a chance of winning that $500 gift certificate over to Mr. Big Guns. Also, Robert and Mark at Midway Pistol and Ammo in Gurley, they were like, hey, we'll kick in some door prizes too. So they're putting some stuff together to get in the drawings. Panola brand, which is Panola Productions. It's the merchandise brand of Panola Productions. Those guys reached out to Jay. He was like, man, yeah, we'll kick in some stuff as well. So we got some door prizes coming there, and who knows what else. That's just stuff I was able to track down, and some local vendors. We got other vendors that are going to donate. So it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. We did last year. We'll have a ton of fun again this year. So put that on your calendar, March 12th. It's typically an all-day event. I think we'd normally kick off the turkey shoot about 9 a.m. And that's really one of the big events of the day is the turkey shoot. So we're going to have that going on. Really, it's just kind of come out. Better part of the day, we'll probably get there about 7:38. Start getting prepped for everybody showing up, and then turkey shoot will get geared up about 9. And then from there, it's just we'll have BB shoot for kids. You know, I think we'll have a spot where you can throw axes and all kinds of fun stuff. So, and again, the food is going to be amazing. But so put that on your calendar. Y'all come out and join us. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you go support those local vendors too, those small businesses that are supporting the event. That's really awesome that they, you know, look forward to doing that, right? When I reached out to Matt, you know, over at Mr. Big Guns, he was excited, you know, willing to help out. Robert over at Midway Pistol and Ammo, same deal, you know, Jay, Panola Productions, Panola Brand, all of them were excited to participate and help out. So you guys definitely show them some love. And then also Weaver's Meat Processing in Hartsville. If you're familiar with Weaver's Meat Processing, if you're in North Alabama, I'm sure you've heard of Weaver's. They have agreed to make a meat donation, an undisclosed amount, no idea what it is. We're working through that now. They're just going to kick in some meat for the get together as well. So, you know, you guys show them some love also. Really appreciate that. Those guys didn't have to do that, but they're showing out in a big way. So really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing y'all there. It'd be great. Y'all come out, let's meet, hang out, talk reloading, man, and just fellowship together and praise God, because, man, he is so good. You know, at the end of the day, he really is. We are so blessed, beyond blessed, day in and day out. So looking forward to that. And we also, we have a men's conference the weekend before. So March 5th, we have a men's conference that'll be going on at Sheepgate Christian Fellowship. It's called Pace Setter. I'll include some details about that once I find out more. But I plan on being at that as well. So it'd be great to have y'all come out to that event also. So that's it. That's where we're going to leave it. This is a cleanup video. And then we rambled on about unrelated topics for 25 minutes. So, all right, I got to call my brother back. Y'all enjoy February 1st. That is today. Enjoy the rest of your day, because I'm going to try to get this video uploaded kind of quick. And then y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time.